Welcome to the Dark Screen Society, and it's halfway to Halloween, and we are so excited to be back with our regular scheduled programming. We're still going to continue to follow The Last of Us and drop our special Last of Us spoiler breakdowns after every episode, but we are back. Seth has finally, done his transition with getting out of his house and selling his house and moving, and everybody had life stuff going on. But we're finally back. We're doing halfway to Halloween. We have a great show for you, and I'm here with the three best co-hosts in podcasting history. Seth.
Morning.
Brian.
What up, y'all?
Yapper.
Hello.
Hello. So listen, are you guys excited that it's halfway to Halloween? Like, we're literally one day. Well, it's May the 4th today, too, if people care about stuff like that.
Oh,
but
God.
It's also, yeah, it's how I feel, Gigi. But it's also
Yeah, what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
halfway to it's not horror, halfway to Halloween. So I figured we would talk about, things that lead us up into our favorite time of the year, which is the spooky season. And did any of you guys, in the time that we've been off kind of doing The Last of Us, do you have anything notable that really struck you that you'd really like to talk about?
I did watch the movie Dream Eater, which is, I don't think it's coming out until like October. But I did watch that and I had a lot of fun with it. Like I am really bummed though, because I watched it in the middle of the fucking day and that's not the time to watch it. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it because
Mm.
it is such a movie that you need to watch like late at night and arguably like probably on your laptop, like in bed. Like it's such like it's that kind of movie that like really the time of day that you see it really affects you.
Because you're going to rewatch it, Gigi, pay attention to the mirrors on your rewatch.
Pay attention to the what?
Mirrors. Sorry, it's hard to say that in Scottish.
No.
Mirrors.
Mirrors. Okay.
There's so much stuff in the back, like
Mirrors.
in the background hidden too. Did you do headphones too, Gigi?
No, so I watched it like on my TV,
Yeah.
like in the middle. No, I know. And I was
just
just yapping. Dude, also speaking of, I woke up and immediately when I woke up, I was like, it's Sunday. And Zach goes, it's been 1 minute.
That's amazing.
So I watched Dream Eater and I thought that was pretty good. I love the fucking poster of it. And that lead is phenomenal. Like such a natural actor. I hope to see him in more.
I think he's a director as well.
Oh, is he?
And right, like Alex,
Mhm.
I don't know, like, he's heavily involved in it. And
Oh, shit,
I'm sure
okay.
he directed it, but I might be wrong on that. So sorry if you listen, Alex.
There's
Okay,
a few.
that's
There's
awesome.
a few. Yeah, there's a few. Everybody that's in it has something to do with the making of it because they made that for literally no money whatsoever. And there's a huge Dream Eater announcement coming like any day now, which I can't say, but it's coming.
It's very reminiscent to Paranormal Activity, and so many like my review of it was like so many movies try to emulate the feeling of Paranormal Activity and they don't nail it, but I feel like this movie really nailed it. Like it does feel very much the same feeling as when you're watching Paranormal Activity. So I like that.
Cool. I can't wait till you rewatch it.
I know,
Brian,
me
what'd you
too.
watch? Mhm.
I watched a lot of stuff that was like good, but like classic stuff because stuff I've forgotten about. So I don't know if it's worth talking about that. And I might switch it up a little bit and talk about a book that's horror that I read.
Ooh, okay,
Like,
slay.
rare I've read a book and I was like, fuck, that was really good. And that is We Used to Live Here, which I think you've read.
Oh,
Gigi.
yes, I did. Did you like it?
I loved it. Like I couldn't like
So good.
normally I'll like read a couple of pages at night, but I read this in just a few days, and it is to give what's the word I'm looking for? Context about what it is. A couple, two women, lovers.
Lovers.
Love us.
Move into like an old house in the wilderness. One of them's home alone, and a family show up to the house, and they're like, I used to live here. The husband, and then she lets them in to have a look around. She has an uneasy feeling the whole time, which she should, because it goes. I was expecting a home invasion movie, and a book, sorry, and it's definitely not that. Well, it kind of is, but it goes in so many different ways. It's like I don't even know how to describe it. Like it's, I 100% recommend We Used to Live Here.
I love like things like that always freak me out because it's very much like Speak No Evil and stuff like that, where people like just push the boundary of like being like where people are just so ballsy and they're like, oh no, just like give us like 10 more minutes, or like, oh no, just like people that are so I don't even know what the word I'm looking for, but it's like it's so like aggressive, but not being aggressive. They're doing it in like a nice way and they're so like pushy. And like that freaks me out because I hate people like that in real life where you're like, I don't know how to say no to you because like you're not really doing anything like bad or menacing. I just don't have a good feeling about it. That's like this book. It's so good.
What also
Sounds
works for me,
interesting.
sorry, Chuck, is it's I'm sure you're all aware of the Mandela effect. So
Yes.
it kind of plays up on that quite a lot because they're like, that's not the window that used to be in the house here, is it? And just like, am I losing my mind? And it's just, I love stuff that does that. But
You
everything you
do.
feel doesn't feel, you're like, it makes you question what you're seeing, like,
Yeah.
or reading, I guess, in this situation.
Yeah. It's a good one. I hope they make it into a movie. That's a good
Oh,
I
one.
would love to say that I'm going to read it, but I might listen to it.
It might be
I
better.
listened to it. It's
Oh,
a great listen.
they have an audiobook?
Yeah, I
Okay.
listened to it. It's a
I'm a-
great audiobook.
Gigi
Yeah.
can't
I'm going
read.
to do it.
No, I don't know how to read, so we're
Well,
good.
I've been listening to other people's podcasts and like true crime stuff like when I fall asleep. So I
Yes.
thought about like, oh, why don't I just listen to books? Because I bought all these books and I'm definitely not going to read them because I wish I read more. Reading is very fundamental, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm so out
Yeah.
of it that like when I pick it up, it like hurts my head to stare at words. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. So I'd like to listen to it. What about you, Seth? What have you seen?
Yeah, what the fuck
I
have you watched,
watched
Seth?
Clown in the Cornfield again last night. They had that
So
like
lucky.
drive-in experience, which was really cool going to a drive-in theater. Like I haven't been to one since high school. Like the last time I saw a movie at a drive-in
Cute.
was The Mummy, which
Oh
was
my
really cool.
god.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
wow.
crazy.
yeah.
Tom Cruise mummy or Brendan Fraser?
Brendan
mummy?
Fraser.
Oh,
Hell
wow.
yeah.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser and Jaws. Those were the two movies I saw at like the drive-in here in Phoenix when it was open.
That's fun.
Yeah. But so it was really cool and like the food was good, which I was like surprised about. The only thing is like the screen was like a little like too dark in some scenes.
Yes.
So
'Cause
you
it's
like
old.
so you couldn't see some things. But since I already saw it, I already like knew what was coming. And
Yeah.
I honestly like enjoyed it more the second time. Maybe it was because it was like such a cool experience, but I feel
Yeah.
like watching it a second time and like knowing what was happening and seeing like the reaction from my friends, I thought that was really cool.
That's
That's
how it felt like
awesome.
reading the book, like
Yeah.
knowing what was gonna happen. I was like, "Hee," like I
Yeah.
was so excited for things to be revealed. That is one thing that I grew up going to the drive-ins. We would go every single weekend with my dad, but that was the one thing that I fucking hated is at the drive-in, like half the time you can't even see what's
No, you
happening
can't
on
see
the
shit.
screen
Yeah.
because it's so dark. Yeah, they need to fix that. I don't know
They
if they really
definitely do.
can, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Our last drive-in that's in our area, the problem with it is not only the darkness, but it has like the speakers, or if you tune your radio to it, it's the sound, because you don't get like that like
Yeah.
theater sound. But I would almost trade that experience of watching something scary outside in a car with your friends versus like the theater experience because it's fun.
No,
It was
it's
fun.
so fun.
And it was like cloudy and windy, like perfect weather. Like it's supposed to rain here the next 3 days. So it was like gearing up for that. So it was like perfect time to watch a movie like that movie out there.
Oh,
That's
I love
awesome.
that.
And they
I
gave
s-
that cool poster. That poster is sick.
Oh,
I
it
want
is
a
sick.
good poster. I stole the friendo one from when we went to South by, and
Yeah.
I just found it in my luggage again. It's all crumpled and shit. I'm like, wait,
No.
I need like a real one. What'd you watch, Chuck?
Real quick, I seen that ad come up for the Arizona driving thing, and I was wondering
Mhm.
if you were going. So I'm really glad that you went to that. I watched a ton of stuff. Like I haven't watched anything that has really grabbed my attention that I was like, because I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, Until Dawn, I didn't like. I like the scene of it, but the best thing that I watch, and I think it has a very strong chance of making my top 20, maybe. And if it doesn't make my top 20, it's out of that. And that's it just came on Screenbox. It's called Project MK Hex.
Oh, yes. I want to watch
And
that.
it's a it really there's I mean it's gotten decent reviews to good, but it's a little long, but it's like a mockumentary style thing about this kid that comes back because his brother, killed himself, and he's like starts investigating, and it gets into like this Banshee chapter-esque government cover-up, MK Ultra type kind of thing. And like
Sign me up.
and what you said earlier, Gigi, about how Dream Eater, like how you feel things do paranormal activity, but
Mhm.
they just never land it. This does a whole lot of other movies, like idea-wise, but it does it very well. Like
Oh,
that
I
it
love that.
doesn't bother you. And I also thought that it was like it's not scary, but it's so deep and rich with the story and the actors and how they play it out. Like, it is very engaging. Like, that 2 hour time, like, kind of does fly by until, 3/4 of the way through. But I
2 hours? God, that's
it's an
long.
hour. It's an hour and 50 minutes. Yeah. And I think they could have chopped like 15, 20 off of it. But every single thing that makes it longer is stuff that helps. Like, it's
Oh,
either
okay.
spending time with the family or interviews or things like that. So I could see how they felt it was important to the narrative of the story.
Okay.
But especially for Screenbox, like most of the stuff that they, it's some of it here and there. But I think this is the first one they had in a long time. It's like, it's a fucking hit. Like, I think it's a really, really solid found footage.
They
movie.
needed that because, like, with all due respect, Screenbox, they get some not good ones in there. Like, I mean, just truly abysmal. But
Yeah, it's
I'm glad
pretty
that
bad.
that one was good. I forgot to mention, though, I did watch something that I need to talk about because it is so fucking awful that I just need to hate on it.
Let's go.
And that was Another Simple Favor, which isn't really horror. It's more thriller, crime thriller.
But
Why do I always do that?
But it was a horrific experience.
No, it was a horrific experience. Look, and I know that a lot of people are going to like really enjoy it. That movie, even like going back and rewatching the first one, I've just realized that like that is just not my style of movie where it's like, let's put in 7 different plot twists and like the banter back and forth between them is almost like so unnatural and like not that it's like unnaturally given. I don't know. It just felt try-hardy to me. I fucking hated it. I thought it was so incredibly awful. I gave it a 1 star, and I have never in my life had so many comments on Letterboxd being like, "You just hate fun. This can't." Somebody commented and was like, "There's no way that this is a half star better than Murderitaville," which is so fair. But I literally
Fair.
hated it so badly. I was like, nothing about this movie I liked. Everything I fucking hated. The only thing I liked about the movie was the setting because they're like in Greece. And so I was like, oh, this is beautiful. But that's about it. Or maybe they're in Greece, Italy. I don't know where they are. There's
I
somewhere
can't
that's really
wait
pretty.
to not fucking watch this
No,
movie.
It's
Yeah.
awful.
Can't wait.
It's awful. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry if anybody listening really liked it because a lot of people did like actually enjoy it. Not me. Fucking hated
Yeah.
it. So-
They just make that shit up. So since we're halfway to Halloween, which was actually yesterday that made us halfway to Halloween, we're a little over a quarter for the whole entire year. So I was on my Letterbox last night and I was kind of like flipping through, like just, because I think I've did 110 or something so far, 2025.
110?
Yeah,
Wait, how many
damn.
have I watched? How many have you guys watched?
Something like at 80. I have
For
8.
just new releases, or you've
I've
watched
watched I've watched 87 movies this year, but like not new releases. Like they
Yeah, I'm at 80 for the
yeah.
year, but not new releases.
My
Like it's a mix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my thing is at 80, but my new releases is, or it's 100 and something, but my new releases is like 78 or something, 80 of like
Jesus.
2025.
I'm at
That's
162 films for the year.
What the fuck? That is crazy,
I
dude.
mean, there is nothing to do in Scotland, so
A lot of them, I think, will
That's
be.
true.
I watched a lot
Look
of
at
short
cows.
films as well, though. So
I have shorts
Oh,
in mine.
okay.
I have
Oh,
a
that
lot of
doesn't count,
shorts in
guys.
mine
Come
as
on.
well.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's on there.
Shorts count. They count.
Just because you don't support small creators.
I do wish that like I do wish that Letterbox would like break down your stuff like that where it's like
Yeah.
I also wish they had TV shows, but they would break it into like these are the amount of TV shows that you watch, these are the short films, and these are like the movies. Like because they're like when you're going through your own stats, like that
Yeah.
does, you know what I mean? That it is different. Like I would want to see how many full movies I watch versus short films.
Right. And like break it down into like exact stats.
Yeah. Anybody at Letterbox listening, please take my advice.
Right. So anyway, whenever I was flipping through it, I started thinking about all these movies that I watched. And like, I don't think it's been up until this point. I don't think this year is as strong as last
No.
year yet.
Mm-mm.
Like,
No.
actually, I think it's probably like 30% off that easily.
Would
Yeah.
we argue that Sinners is better than anything we got last year, though?
Yes.
Dude, the way
Other
that I
than
don't
like
even remember anything last year.
Nosferatu is probably the only big
Not-
film that came out.
Not
last year.
even. No, I
Not-
think Sinners is probably the best to come out. Like,
Yeah.
but I mean, I mean, it
It's
is the
great.
best to come out. But I'm saying, like,
Do you think it's better than Nosferatu? I do.
Yes, because
I've
I
still
only
not
gave
watched Nosferatu.
I only gave it a
Okay.
4. Yeah, I only
Wow.
gave Nosferatu a 4, but I gave Sinners a 5.
Yeah, I think Sinners is, I mean, for my taste, it's just a lot more fun than Nosferatu.
Yes.
And it actually
is.
kind of like means more.
Yeah. And the cinematography is like way better. Sorry,
The only thing I
Nosferatu.
didn't like about it, like now that I'm reflecting upon it, like I'm not budging on my 5 out of 5, but it wasn't scary.
Nosferatu?
Neither one of them. Scary or
Oh,
Sinners. Neither one of them were scary. So that's like that's what I'm like trying to lean into is when I was flipping through, I was looking at everything I watched and I'm like, what did I watch that's actually scary? Like
mhm.
what gave me at least a tense moment that I had to talk to somebody about it or that I felt that it was scary. So that's what I'm proposing. What's the scariest thing that you've watched to this point this year? Like has anything that you remember, even if it was in January, what were you unnerved by, unsettled, gave you, just the ick or, scared you?
God.
I was happy that I do have one, like a legitimate one for me, but it was a very hard look. Like
You
I
want
was
to go?
like
Tell us yours
really
then,
looking.
because I could
Wait,
do
yeah,
with
so
some.
okay, what's yours? I want to know yours,
Yeah.
Chuck.
Tinsman Road from Robbie Banfitch, the guy that did the Outwaters.
Wait, is that out?
No, it's
No.
not out. It's coming. But
Tinsman
it's about a guy
Road.
that goes looking for his lost sister and with his mom, and it's nothing like the Outwaters. But it's so well done to me, and this is just my opinion. Like it's one of the best well done found footage movies I've seen, and it's going up there with the Blair Witches and all that shit for me.
Oh,
Like
dang.
The reviews
Marcel's
are really strong.
No,
for it.
the review of Marcel's movies goes, I owe Banfitch an apology. The Outwaters did not do it for me, but he loved Tinsman Road.
Oh, I gotta check it out then.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
It's really, really good. And it's another one. It's long, but not
Yeah,
once.
114 minutes. That is pretty long.
But I'll tell you what, not once do you feel that runtime in this one because he keeps it so engaging that there's always something happening. And whenever, like, there's so much going on with just like story and dialogue that you're always waiting for something to happen. But he's so manipulative with his camera that when you don't think something's coming, it's coming. And when you think something's coming, it doesn't come. And he just is a master. Like, I think it's really fucking creepy.
This is so good. The reviews are like really, really strong. Most of them are like 4 stars or above. Like that's
Oh, yeah.
awesome. Like from
Yeah.
everybody that's like seen it at festivals and shit.
And every one of the Outwaters says this movie sucks.
No,
Like,
real.
they do, yeah.
I don't know if I've watched something that's like legitimate. I think the only thing that's like kind of like scared me is I did, which again, Dream Eater doesn't come out until like later this year, but put it on your watch list. There are some like disembodied voices that happen, and I usually hate disembodied voices, like in the sense of like, I don't like demon voice. I think that's like the cheapest thing in movies to do ever. I think it like, I don't know why it always ruins it for me where I'm like, this feels cheesy. But there are like disembodied voices in Dream Eater that I thought were like genuinely terrifying and like whispering that I think is like freaky. So there were moments that they were like, again, like I wish I watched it at night because I think it would have hit way harder with like those little like sounds and
I
voices.
think it leans more into the cosmic, similar to Black Mountain Side, which has like creepy voices,
Yes.
but it's more like an elder god more than a demon, which I think is a creepier sound than just
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, no, exactly.
The kitchen in the crawl space in Dream Eater, like I watched it in my bed on my pad with headphones on, and like I literally like that. There's a spot when they're in the kitchen that happens. I'm not to spoil it, but there's a kitchen scene. It made me turn. But it made me turn I turned my light on. I turned my bedroom light on because I was like, I didn't see it coming. And like when I went back, I was like, is this cheap or is this really fucking effective? And I was like, no, that was pretty fucking effective because it really got me.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know what else. Like, honestly, you're so right. I feel like, but I'm trying to think of like looking back on last year, like what has come out so far. Cause like the fact that we are halfway in the year, I'm trying to even think of like last year what
was
came
your
out.
number? Okay, most of us were Nosferatu. There was Nosferatu. There was The Substance, which was high on lists.
I'm pulling up my
Long Legs
Letterboxd.
But
was high on lists.
Yeah, let me see, because I'm like, but
But I
even
don't know if
I'm thinking of like things that came out like this time last year, but like okay, like The First Omen came out, like
Yep,
Immaculate had already come out. Like
yep,
I'm
Oddity.
trying to think of movies like that. Oddity, yes, Oddity had already come out.
Mhm.
Stop motion, like, and
yep.
those are movies that like really like freaked me out. Like Oddity, stop motion, like they had at
Oh
least
yeah.
like spooky moments, and
Hmm. Nope.
I there really hasn't been a lot of like scary movies that have come. Like horror has come out, yes, but like not like things that were intended to be scary. You know what I mean? Where
No,
it's like,
I feel like horror has taken a little bit of a shift this year
yeah,
because most of the things that I've watched have been more like fun. Like
yes,
Companion was a fucking blast.
yes, or even like
Um,
Until Dawn. Like
yeah,
it's
it
just like fun.
I think Prom Queen that's coming out, Fear Street's going to be fun.
I'm
Hard
ready.
Eyes
I'm
was
excited for that.
fun. You know
Prom
what I mean?
Queen,
Like the
dude,
Prom
same.
Queen's going to
I'm
be
Yeah,
good.
I'm
I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
I'm so freaking excited for that one.
I didn't watch the trailer, so I don't even have.
No, me neither.
I know what it's about, but I have no idea what it's about. Like I refuse to watch it.
Okay, so yours was Tinsman Road. Mine was probably Dream Eater.
Dream
Brian,
Eater would have been my second for context to people listening.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Uh,
I'm I'm also struggling. Like other than like jump scares that like gave me a little jolt, but they didn't really stick with me. Like It Feeds, for example, had an okay jump scare in it, but people were calling it the scariest movie they've ever seen. I was like, really?
yeah.
No.
Oh,
I
Uh,
thought It Feeds was like okay.
it just reminded me of Insidious and stuff. So it wasn't a bad movie. Like it was
No.
okay to watch, but it wasn't like holy shit. I'm coming at the end of the year that I'm definitely going to remember that film because I'm
I'll go
already
back.
forgetting.
Yeah, I'll go back on that too, Gigi, because I think my judgment of It Feeds, I don't want to say it's unfair,
Mhm.
but everything I heard about it before I watched it made it less good to me because it was like, you see all this was 100% the scariest movie I've seen so far in 2020. Like, and I'm like, this isn't scary. Like
Yeah.
to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. That's because I had only heard other people talking about it because it didn't come out here for a while, and it just I don't know if maybe I was just hyped for it because obviously a lot of times if all your favorite creators are saying this is scary
Yeah.
and then it's not, you're like, oh well, I feel a little disappointed. But
I
it's
want
a
like
good.
I want like a batshit scary, terrifying movie. Like I don't know.
Like scary. Like
Yeah.
I have the desire to be scared. Like
Yes.
I want to like be ruined by a movie. Like scared.
Yes. Like that's I don't know. Like something like I want like sinister vibes or like Gonjiam Haunted Asylum, but where I'm like scared. There are moments in this where I'm like genuinely gonna like shit myself. But alas. Seth,
Like
have you
scare
watched
me.
anything scary?
Um, honestly, not really. There's been like some scary scenes. Like I think in Good Boy, there's a few scenes that kind of scared me, and then same with I'm looking Together. Together, I think probably has a few scenes that were just like downright creepy. But honestly, I think the only movie that's gonna scare me this year is Bring Her Back. Because I haven't
Yeah.
watched Talk to Me since the first time I watched that, and that shit was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, that one freaked me out. I
Yeah,
feel like
so
Bring Her Back is gonna be a
yeah, Bring
great
Her Back's
one.
gonna
I hope
be
so.
fucking
So hope
brutal.
so.
I know 5 people now that have seen it, and all none of them gave me details, but every single one of them said that it blows Talk to Me out of the water.
Yeah, I figured it would.
Oh,
So
good. Thank
yeah.
God. I was like,
But
wait.
what about Weapons? Do you think Weapons is going to be scary, or do you
I
think it's going to
think
be
I-
hokey
Weapons
like Barbarian?
I
no.
think it'll be like Barbarian, but I think it's gonna be really fucking good. Like I
I
think
think
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
in a lot of
terrifying
yeah.
because it has to do with kids, and evil kids are scary to me.
I hope it's better than Barbarian.
Well, I loved
I
Barbarian.
can,
I
I can
know-
never tell what movies Chuck likes.
I know.
I
you don't
know.
like-
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't hate Barbarian, but I don't like it either. Like I like the first half of it a lot, and I just thought they leaned too comical in the second half, which ruined it
That's
for me.
fair.
Like if they
That
would
is
have
fair.
if they would have played it more straight with Mama with the and it just got like a little hokey. Like I thought it was like overstayed its welcome.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I mean, I think I
It
can
was
give it like a 2.5.
I think is like the director. Is he not a comedy guy? Normally, that's
Zach
Craig.
Kreger.
Yeah, I'm sure he grew up or came from some comedy thing. I can't remember exactly.
I'm sure he grew up.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't.
Kick her off.
Yeah, there's
Um,
nothing even on my list. There's nothing that I was like, terrified from. Like that.
No.
There's a bunch of them that have like a scary moment or a scary, here, but nothing that I would say other than Tinsman Road was legit like an experience of scary.
I will say I appreciated the fact that Barbarian had like their moment where it was like the Drew Barrymore thing with like Bill Skarsgård, where it's like you think he's gonna be like a big part of the film, and then they kill him
Totally.
off right away, and I think that's
Oh,
awesome.
spoilers.
If you haven't seen Barbarian now,
It's been out for quite a while.
If you've
Yeah.
ever heard of a comedy troupe called The Whitest Kids You Know?
Yeah.
So
Us?
that's Zach Krieger was in that.
Wait. Okay. Wait.
They were like
That's
they
him?
were like the kids in the hall.
I didn't see it because I think it's a very American thing, but I
Oh
knew
my
he was in
God.
something.
I didn't know that was him.
I win.
I think Barbarian is shot so well, like the premise and everything. Like I think he's a capable direct. Like I think Weapons is going to be really good. Like I
love the marketing they're doing for it.
I didn't see none of it. I just seen
No, that's
one.
it. That's it. So I just seen like the little pictures and the kids.
Yeah,
and
that's
like,
it.
a little clip.
I seen a clock. It said 2:17, and I refuse to. Like I have so many. That was so crazy because the day I decided not to watch trailers, I must have had 30 people that follow me DM me this. Have you watched this? Have you seen
Dude,
this? Have you seen this? And then
exactly.
here comes this yapping bitch up on the screen. I got a voicemail, and I'm like, "Fuck you, Gigi. I like repost. I'm out of here because you're trying to ruin
I
it."
Tell me,
know.
like every day I go on Instagram, it's like a new movie comes out. I'm like, 6 posts in a row of the trailer. I'm like, come on.
No,
Yeah.
I
please.
know. I do the
don't
same
watch
thing.
trailers.
And like my family will like send them to me. They're like, look, and I'm like, no, I'm sure it looks good. I'm like, I'm not watching it though.
So
Yeah.
apparently with Weapons, this was on Reddit, in the code somewhere on the YouTube upload, there's like a 24-hour security camera stream as well. That if you
Oh.
went on it. So I didn't obviously go in because I didn't want to ruin anything, but they've not announced this anywhere. So I don't know if it's just like a little fun Easter egg for nerds, I guess.
What? Yeah. Wait, I want to go find this because I tried calling the number that sent me the thing. I was like, maybe they're gonna like, maybe it's something weird. No, I got that like, beanie. This is a Verizon wireless number. I was like, oh, okay, fuck.
That's awesome. I love the fact that, and this is like kind of segueing into what I wanted to kind of talk about next, and that's like, what is your most anticipated movie left or 3 to come out? Which we're kind of talking about anyway, because like I'm really stoked about Weapons and bring her
Yeah.
back. I want to see Final Destination Bloodline. I know some of us have been blessed to see it, but I really, really want to see that.
Rips.
But I love how these companies are doing this marketing.
Yes.
Like even if the movie ends up like, you got to like give it to the marketing, because like having these websites, there's a thing getting announced on next Monday, which I can't say, but there's another one that's doing like a website type kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And it's so fucking cool. Like it's like the coolest thing. It's like as cool as these other things like Weapons and all that stuff. Like it's super, super
The companies need to like
inventive and cool.
understand that that's what people get like hyped about. Like they want like this interactive experience of something like that. I don't know, that like lures people in. So
Yeah.
Old school marketing is, I think, on the way out. So it's not just a case of you just throw a trailer out in a poster and people are like, fuck, I am
No,
hyped. Some people will, but I think audiences are more like
well, the
excited
marketing,
about it.
the reason that they do it, and this is just what I think, or like what I've learned in tidbits of what I'm told, is the marketing is transferring to social media like even more, because
Yeah.
that's why they give you like, that's why Gigi got a voicemail, and that's why you get these mysterious boxes and things, because they send them to people, and this is credit to Gigi, that are expert storytellers, and they create a narrative around a film that engages an audience unlike any trailer or commercial or anything could do, because it's like, you tell this story about this voicemail, and then some people relate it to something scary that happened as a child or when they were growing up or whatever it is. And then you get even more hype around it because it feels more real than just watching. There's more. I read this study, like when reaction videos come out, and this is people like big people, like huge people on TikTok, like, the Soups of the world and like the big ones. I read a study that when people that are notable on TikTok, Instagram, things like that do like trailer reactions with their own real-time genuine thoughts, outperforms Super Bowl movie ads by 40% on watch time.
That's insane.
That's a huge number.
I'm
Yeah.
not surprised because everybody's on their phones, if they're like me, far too much. So
Yeah.
Like everyone has people they listen to the reviews and they're like, okay, if that person said this looks really good, it's going to be on my radar because I trust everything else that person's told me before. Maybe not everything, but
Right.
like maybe not Gigi, but Chuck, if you put something out, like I'm going to be like, okay, that sounds up my street, and you know what works for me, so I can go and watch it. So there's much more value than that than a fucking Super Bowl ad with a celebrity in it. That's just like, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, I don't know who you are, so why should I care?
Yeah.
Right.
No,
But it's
exactly.
it's so cool just to hear like that personalization of what's going on. But there's also a lot of movies like that we're not thinking of, which I don't know how deep we can get into it, but like all the ones like Weapons and Bring Her Back and Final Destination 28 years later. But there's so many movies slated to come out this year that we have never talked about, or even when we did our episode on most anticipated. Like,
No, but I have a question. Wait, because it's before it escapes me. What movie just did the marketing where they sent people PR packages, but it was just it was like a handy cam, like the one that I carry around. It's like a
Oh, Bring
handy
Her Back.
cam. Was it Bring Her Back?
Yeah,
it
it's
was
Bring Her
Bring
Back.
That's fucking so genius.
Yeah.
Like that
Mhm.
shit. I love marketing like that, where it's like, I don't like that just adds like a creepy level to it where you get like a
And
handy
give
cam.
them some credit. Willowbrook Tapes did that as well with their VHS out to
No,
everybody.
no, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. So like things like that, where it's like, yeah, the Willowbrook tapes, they sent me like a fucking blank VHS with like my name on it. And I was like, oh, that's terrifying. Like
Yeah.
shit that feels very like old school, I love that.
So yeah, it's like ground level marketing.
Yeah.
Do you know? But do you know, on the flip side of that, I see things that are really, really cool, like Drop, which I'm impartial to that movie, but Universal just sent out these cool ass boxes where you can like, it has a thing hidden under the bottom of the box, and it has like a tester for the alcohol to see if it's poisoned and this and that. But do you
That's
know what?
cool.
But the crazy thing about it is they sent them out after it's coming to digital. Like if they would have sent those boxes out a month before that movie came out and had all
Yeah.
these people testing these poison drinks and shit, I was like, why is it so late? Like I still
Yeah.
haven't got my Saw box. I don't even know if it's coming now that it's canceled. They're like, fuck you, your box and Saw. We're not doing this anymore.
But you're right, Chuck. There are so many fucking movies that are coming out still that I think have the potential to be, I don't know
Scary.
if scary, but I think some have the potential to be like actually terrifying. But like I think 28 years later is going to be fucking terrifying. Like scary. But I think that I feel like more of what's coming out this year is going to be more anxiety inducing than scary. Like, if that makes sense. Like, for example, like Dangerous Animals. I know we're all super excited for Dangerous Animals to come out. When does it actually air?
June 9th, theaters.
Air.
And it's also getting a nationwide release. Like it's getting a big legit release.
That's 'cause
Make it
everybody loves a good shark movie.
worldwide would be cool instead of nationwide because we've got
It's coming to UK.
Is that because I will be front
yeah.
and
So
center
it's
on that.
international release.
100% it's coming over there. Yeah.
So
Everyone loves a good shark movie.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying is like I feel like movies, I think that's more of what's coming out are these like anxiety inducing movies where it's like Dangerous Animals. Like it's giving like the same vibe as like 47 meters down, where it's like, was that scary? No, but was I on the edge of my seat and like
Right.
couldn't breathe?
It's
Yeah.
thrilling.
Yeah, like very like thrilling.
Mhm.
That's what I feel more is like slated to come out, or like Hollow Road. Like same thing. That's more like thrilling and edge of your seat than it
Than
is
scary.
scary. Same thing with like Good Boy. Like, yeah, there are moments that are supposed to be like spooky, but it's more like, I don't like, it's more like thrilling.
I didn't watch the trailer, but him, does that maybe give off? Is that anxiety or scary looking or none?
I think it's going to be. I think him is going to be a very anxiety inducing.
Yes.
Do I think it's going to be more scary?
I don't think so.
New Jordan Peele movie.
I
Didn't annoy everybody.
I know Jordan Peele. Justin Tipping. Justin Tipping.
Shout out Real Takes.
Yeah, Justin
Real
Tipping.
Take.
It's Justin Tipping.
It
But
looks really fucking good.
no, it is good, and everybody does have a point. Like, we don't want this to be the new Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, because everybody still thinks that Tim Burton directed it,
Or
which is really
Trap, because everyone thought M. Night directed that. And it's
yeah,
like, no.
yeah. So it is really shitty to like discredit, a filmmaker. But on the flip side, I get why people say that. I even said it. But him, I think that's going to be more like psychological. I think it's going to be more on like the Hereditary side, where shit is like weird and like freaky, like
Nice.
psychological, than it is like scary.
I think that's very fair.
I
I'm
also
excited
mixed
for
up
him.
Trap with The Watchers there, because Trap was M. Night.
But I also think that horror
That's true.
people and horror writers and guys that are writing, and ladies that are writing screenplays and things for movies, I think that these movies like Him, Trap, Drop, Companion,
Just these one word. Sorry,
No,
they're
but I'm
all like
saying-
one word.
No, but I'm saying like they're horror movies, but they're more like psychological thrillers, and I think that people lean more into that because I think they're more accepted by the masses, and you could reach a wider audience.
Yeah.
Is kind of how it feels like for the mainstream anyway. I mean, because there's a lot of indies out there trying to make scary fucking movies, and there's a lot of them that have really good ideas. They just don't have the money to execute their fucking idea.
What do you guys think? I haven't watched the trailer to it. What do you guys think of The Ritual coming up that has Al Pacino and Dan Stevens? Do you like? Has anybody
I'm
watched the
hoping-
trailer?
No, because I'm hoping because Dan
I see.
Stevens is in it, it might be all right. Because I know Al Pacino's maybe not the same mentally as he was a few years ago. Just looking at like videos I've seen of him. But
Just looking at him. Just
yeah,
That motherfucker's cooked.
No, that is like pretty crazy for Al Pacino to be in a movie like in 2025.
He's trying to get the bag at
he's got an
85.
accent as
Good
well.
for
He's got like a
him.
German accent or something in it. I'm like, please, as long as Dan Stevens doesn't do an accent, because he is not the greatest at accents. Great actor, awful accents.
I love Dan Stevens. I'll watch anything he's in.
I'm hoping
No.
that's good.
I think
Same.
I think the overuse of his accent in Cuckoo was on purpose. Like,
It was
yeah.
fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking great. Yeah.
I thought it was fun.
But
I
even
hope
in Abigail, he's got an accent as well, is he not?
Mhm. Did you watch Shadow of God on Shudder?
No,
Portrait of God.
no.
Shadow
Wait,
God,
not
you're
Portrait
right.
of God. Shadow.
Portrait goes the short.
Yeah, Portrait
Shadow
of God.
of
Is,
Portrait.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the one with the bent back person on the poster.
Was it? It didn't look good
Oh,
to me.
it's so good.
Oh, is it really?
Fuck no. Mm-mm.
Oh,
It's
I
like-
was like, it looked awful.
It's like getting the first 25 minutes is like getting the biggest tooth in your mouth pulled with no Novocaine with rusty pliers. It's bad.
Oh, no,
Just bad.
when
But
I
Portrait
watched,
of God is very good.
that
People
is
should watch that.
fantastic.
The Shadow of God's the one that just dropped, right?
yes,
Yes.
that's Shadow of God on Shudder. That looked awful. Like, it looked horrendous when I was like doing the horror movies released today, and I was like trying to grab screen grabs
Yeah,
for
that's
it.
what it is. Yeah.
I was like, this is awful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I don't know, like, there's really not a lot that I'm excited for this year, except for Weapons and 28 years later.
Mhm. Faces
yeah.
of Death,
Yeah, if that even comes out. That's been announced for like 2 years.
Silent Night, Deadly Night's coming out during Christmas.
Yeah, that's
I know
true.
you,
I'm excited
Chuck,
for.
you might not agree with this, but Black Phone 2, I think, maybe has potential to be.
I think so,
I
too.
really want to see it.
Mhm.
I'm all
Okay.
in. Once they said they're putting like a Freddy Krueger-esque spin on it and making it like seriously back to the life of like what he did, I was immediately like, I think The Black Phone is a very competently made movie. Like, it's just not a horror movie to me. So like that's where my gripes are. Like,
Yeah, it's more like crime.
But that's what I'm saying. But I think
Yeah,
I think for the premise, I think that movie with the calling on the phone and the ghost kids, like I thought that movie could have been Sinister level, like fucking
Mhm.
terrible.
Yeah, no, totally.
So my expectation is what ruined it because it dropped the ball. But like I'm 100% in on Black Phone 2. And
Nice.
maybe my most anticipated, and you guys are gonna not believe that I'm even gonna say this, and you're gonna
Oh,
probably
God.
laugh at me and think I'm full of shit. I am so excited.
Mithrigan.
Yes.
I knew it.
I
knew
want to
it.
see it.
No,
I hate that
looks good.
movie. I hate that movie with my whole heart. It's horrible. But the fact that they're leaning into this fucking madness and they put her in like a Teletubby doll, like it just looks so batshit crazy. I'm like, this movie's
It
gonna.
looks fun as
It
fuck.
looks
Yeah, it
fun
does.
as fuck. Yes,
And I
I'm
love how
all
the
in.
marketing is
Mhm.
like this bitch versus that bitch. Like, I don't know why. I'm like, this
They
is so
sent out
stupid.
T-shirts that say "Hold on to your vagina."
Yeah.
I
This is
love that they're
amazing.
like, we're just gonna lean into the fucking bit of it.
Yep, me too.
I am actually really excited for it. One movie that I genuinely could not fucking care less about, and this I know that like I'm
Is this a
probably
hot
gonna
take
Can I guess?
incoming?
Can I guess?
yes,
Can I
yes,
guess? I know what you did last summer.
yes. Like I
Yeah.
literally could not fucking care less about this movie. I just don't care. I
I
just don't
thought
care.
I thought when Freddie Prinze Jr. came out, it was a little cringy. But
No, it was.
as
Where he's
soon as
like,
it went to Jennifer Love Hewitt, and she said, "But whoever, what did you do last summer?" I was like,
yes.
I was immediately done. I was like, no, this is a crock of
No,
shit. Yeah.
it just feels like they're leaning into the nostalgia of the first one, and it did. When Freddie Prinze Jr. came out, like, I was like, "This is so cheesy." I don't know. I don't think it's
I'm
gonna
all
be
for it.
I don't know. I'm
I'm
still
not
gonna
gonna
watch
stand for
it,
this hate.
duh. I'm not gonna stand for I know what you did last summer.
Do you think the first one was good?
I love the first one.
No.
I think
Sorry.
well, I'm not like I love Jennifer Love Hewitt for obvious like teenage reasons. Like I was like, 'cause she's fucking hot. But
Where's Jurgen? We need Jurgen in here.
Yeah,
we can't stand for
Jurgs.
the slander.
and I like like it's serviceable, but like I don't think it's great. But it also is another one of those movies that like rode the coattails of Scream. Like that
Yes.
success. Like there was a lot of those. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I used to love it as like a kid when I first watched it, like growing up, loved it. Rewatched it like
Bad.
during like COVID time, and I was like, oh, I actually hate this. Like, why did I ever like it? And then
Right.
I just rewatched it not that long ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago, and it was a little bit better than I remember it being like that when I on my rewatch, but I still didn't like it that much. Like I
Right.
still was like, this is weird. Also, I am having insane deja vu right now, guys. This is so
Oh, I love
crazy.
it.
Oh my
Is the
god.
fisherman coming?
Dude, I know this is scary. Um, but yeah, I just like don't care. I just don't care about the movie coming out. I don't think it's gonna scratch the itch for me, but I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong.
I
Can
mean,
I run
go ahead.
a couple of movies past you and you use and you tell me you think
Absolutely.
it'll be scary? Okay.
I would actually love that, Brian.
Yeah.
Thank you. Return to Silent Hill. What do you think?
If it
Slay.
ever comes out,
Yeah,
it'll be
if it ever
scary.
if
Yeah,
that's
if it
another
ever
one,
comes out.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here's one that I'm hoping. I know the first reaction wasn't great, but Shelby Oaks.
I'd
I'm
like to
still excited to watch it. I am
Mhm.
very excited to watch it
Well, I
because
think it must be going through reshoots or something.
No,
'cause
they-
it's
no,
supposed
they-
to be
No,
They
it's
are.
it's 100%. I mean, I was told it's
yeah.
100%. Neon bought it, and they're dumping a ton of money into it because they thought the premise was great, which everybody I know that's seen it said this was easy to watch, and it was just okay, but like it had such potential if he would have just
Yeah.
swung for the fences. So I think knowing Neon, they're gonna swing for the fences, hopefully.
I hope.
cool. I think that was my list.
You said list, that's 2 fucking movies.
Yeah, that's
I know,
two
but then
movies.
like other stuff we've all talked about, like Brute 1976, we've spoken about.
Is that
I
what
don't-
list means in England or in Scotland?
There's
Like,
two, yeah.
like so if you
There's
say, "Hey, go get me
It's
list
just like
beer-
one movie.
go get me list beers," somebody will bring you back 2 cans of beer.
I'll tell you 3 movies I'm excited for.
Yeah, let's hear them.
Predator Badlands, I think is going to be fucking insane. I don't think it's going to be scary. None of these movies besides Bring Her Back, I think are going to be scary. Onslaught, I can't fucking wait for.
What's Onslaught?
That's the new one with
Simon Barrett and Adam Wingard film, is it?
yes, their new film.
Dan Stevens is also in it.
Dan Stevens is in
Sure.
it, and so is Adria Jorna.
Adria Jorna. Okay,
Yeah.
A mother living in a trailer park tries to protect her loved ones from a threat that has escaped from a secret military base while
In.
mercenaries tried to contain it. Sounds
In.
fucking awesome.
Yeah,
And-
I
Yeah.
can't wait, and I love all of his films. I finally watched The Guest when we were at Fantastic Fest,
Oh god,
and
so
I
good.
loved it.
The
Fucking
guest is
loved it.
good.
Yeah,
So
same.
good.
and listen, I'm all in for Ready or Not 2. I think that movie's going to be fucking awesome, especially with that cast.
But
I
it's not
thought-
coming out this
I
year.
thought that was 2026.
There's no. I think it's going to be this year because they're already filming it. Like they're already
Oh, shit.
yeah. So I think it's going to come out later this year.
Okay.
I will
Well,
support and go see Ready or Not too.
I'm
Yeah.
just excited for like what they're gonna do.
I'm excited for. Can you see Analog Eyes? I just saw this posted on Gigi's list,
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
and I just like Analog Eyes. Cool. I love that 80s.
Me and
There's
poster.
that-
And
Gigi,
then,
me and Gigi are ready for Jurassic Park or Jurassic World or
oh,
whatever
me
the hell
too.
they're
I
calling it
can't.
now.
That'll be
I
fucking
can't wait
great.
to see I can't. I'll go. That's a day one go see for me. Jurassic.
Yeah,
Whatever it is. Mhm.
Wait,
That might
Analog
be the-
Eyes. Did I already watch this?
I don't know.
dinosaur.
Like it's on your list, but I don't know if no, you've not. You've not.
No,
watched
because
it.
there was one that like I watched that was like I watched it at the Chattanooga Film Festival and I hated it, but it's not this one because I did log the other one. A loner. Okay, so Analog Eyes is a loner kid gets fed up with the monotony of his existence under the shadow of his narcissistic friend and decides to make a change in his life, starting with a mysterious
I don't know what that word is either.
cerulean VHS tape. No clue what this fucking word means. Wait,
I
this
just want like a movie that's an analog horror that comes out this year because
yeah,
I
I
love
hope
that
that-
vibe.
I hope the Backrooms comes out this year.
I
Oh,
hope
yeah.
so too. If the Backrooms comes out, I think it could be fantastic. But I haven't heard any updates on it. I don't know. I doubt that one's actually coming.
It depends how they're doing it because if he's doing it all in Blender himself, then it'll take a couple of years. I would imagine.
I mean, they gave him a lot of money to do it, so hopefully he, uses it in an appropriate way for, to make it scary or whatever. So hopefully that it comes.
There is this movie that's like slated for. Wait, there are two movies. Okay, first of all, has anybody ever seen the fucking movie Malibu Horror Story?
No.
No.
It's vanished.
No, it's like I am so sad because I have always wanted to watch this movie. And it was like came out in 2023, but like it just never came out. There's like trailers for it.
It played in like 2 theaters, I think, or 2 days in one theater.
Yes.
It's found footage, so I've been all over it and
Yes.
it disappeared.
I've
It
seen
just-
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah. Dude,
I love
Banger.
Malibu's
that used
Most
to be my
Wanted.
comfort movie.
Banger.
Chapstick. Okay, so I
Chapstick.
I have
Banger.
always wanted to watch Malibu Horror Story, and it's directed by Scott Sloan. Now, Scott Sloan has I guess, 2 other movies that are coming out this year. I think I'm Alone Now, which does have a 2025 horror or have a 2025 year on it. So I think I'm Alone Now
Mhm.
is a man seeks refuge in a secluded cabin nestled deep within the woods, hoping to evade the chaos of a cataclysmic societal collapse brought upon by the emergence of artificial intelligence.
Oh.
Sounds really good.
Mhm.
But there's another one of his that I don't know if it's supposed to be coming out, but it's another one slated for him, which is called Stanley. And this one sounds awesome
Yeah.
because it says an aspiring filmmaker holds a young man hostage so he can complete his masterpiece. And that sounds fucking bonkers. So I'm excited for both of these if they do come out, but I think the other one is actually supposed to be coming out this year. I think I'm Alone Now because it has all the info. Like, but
I'm disappointed. I really thought it was going to be a movie about a haunted Stanley Cup.
Apparently, he's also got one called Alone in the After coming out this year. So he has been putting in work.
no, I know. So maybe he just has all these movies just like lined up because I don't. Maybe they don't exist like Malibu Horror Story. But Scott Sloan, is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay, Scott Sloan. Where are your
Tell
movies
us.
at? Tell
where
us.
your movies
yeah.
at?
But other than that, there's really nothing else that I'm.
I feel like we're entering the age of like slashers again and like horror comedies.
I agree.
Oh, I hope not.
Yes. No, which I'm actually not that excited
So
about.
I'm excited because that's my genre. I love that shit. I eat that up.
Besides
I
Clown in
agree.
the Cornfield.
Yeah, I agree more on the slasher part than the comedy part because horror comedy is really, really tough for me.
Mhm.
But the welcoming back slashers if they're going to do them good, because I'll tell you that Hell Motel show and I know it's just a show and not a thing, a movie, but it's going to be 8 episodes made by the people that made Slasher, which was excellent.
Mhm.
and then we have Hard Eye. There's a lot of, we've gotten a lot of slashers. So hopefully they keep, maybe we're going through like an 80s slashers renaissance, which I would welcome.
As long
just
as
so
they're
people
good.
stop talking about Terrifier.
As you said, Brian covering his shirt.
I realized like how it's kind of like The Last of Us. Like Terrifier has a very toxic fan base to it, because you can't talk about a clown. You can't because clown in a cornfield, like it's not going to be better than art. Friendo, what kind of name is that? It's not better than art. Like nobody's fucking trying to compare it to fucking Art the Clown. And if you really like break it down and look at it, like Terrifier is a very small niche thing compared to other things. You know what I mean? Like it's not the end all be all. Like, is it a good movie? I mean, they're fun because it's over the top fucking gore, but like, is it really brass tacks, a really well put together good movie? Fuck no, they're not. They're like, you're just waiting for the next fucking crazy thing to happen.
Tim Curry's Pennywise would eat fucking art in a day.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
We're not hating on Terrifier.
Like, no, me neither. I like Terrifier for
Terrifier.
what it is, but it's like but I'm saying, but you can't even talk about like people are so rabid about Art the Clown. Like you can't even bring up other slashers. Like, oh, I loved Hard Eyes. Art the Clown to fucking kill that. Like what? No, who cares? I mean, like it's not that he's not paying your bills. I mean,
one of my least favorite things is when I like put a movie out and I'm like, check out this movie, and they're like, oh, that sounds like this other movie, and I'm like, so stop comparing stuff. Go and watch it and make your own mind up, because I put out like a movie that's got 6 reviews, but I'm like, oh, it's good, go watch it, and it's like, well, this sounds like this huge budget movie that I've watched, so I'm not going to bother. But that's the attitude. Don't bother trying.
So stupid.
No, people get to it's crazy because like just a lot of people don't understand that like sometimes you have to make a shitty $10,000 film to get recognized to make a $2.5 million film. You know what I mean? Like, and some of those movies are really fucking good. Like Dream Eater, like now if they would have had another 50 grand to do a couple different things with the ending or whatever, like that movie I think could be a generational fucking movie. Like it's all the pieces are there, but like the budget wasn't. But like that almost makes me respect it even more because like you got this close with nothing.
Exactly. No, exactly.
So
that's like the movie God, what is it? Oh my God. No, I'm trying to
keep all this in.
No, I know. Guys, my brain
keep it to myself.
It's gone. It's gone.
Gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Like a motherfucker. There's another one this year that I watched. I do, and close your ears, Gigi. This is not for you.
Oh, no.
You'll fucking hate it. I don't. Maybe you watch it. I don't even know. I haven't looked through. I haven't snooped your letterbox lately, but it wasn't scary, but it genuinely freaked me out. But it's because I like weird experimental movies. But there's a movie that came out called A Delicate Arch. That was the last.
Wait, that hasn't come out yet.
Yeah,
it's on Screenbox.
Oh, it did. Oh,
and it's good.
I really like up until maybe the last. I think it failed a little bit in the end when it got too meta, but the build up to I was very hooked on.
I thought it was like a great premise, the story, and they didn't do experimental things just like, do you know how some movies just do shit for the sake of like, we're gonna warp these fucking Kellers and use this overexposed photography. They did really cool things like they like broke the fourth wall in ways that I've never seen the fourth wall broken. And that's without spoiling it. Like, sometimes they'll turn to the camera and like talk to you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I love that.
Well, they broke it in a complete way I've never ever seen before. And when I seen it, you know what I'm talking about, Brian?
Oh yeah, like it's like that's thing I love about. Sorry, Chuck, cutting you off halfway through.
No.
Like the stuff I always say I love about how you're like, is this real? And we can see that like they really dig into that, and it reminds me of Headcount, which I know Seth loved.
Yeah.
I like Headcount.
Yeah, so like it's the first hour and 50 minutes or so. I think it gave me vibes. That's not the same, but I think it was really good. I rated it really highly apart from the ending.
I gave it 4 stars. I didn't
realize that it already came out. It came out like in February.
I liked it so much that I like watched it again within a few days because there's just so much to take in, and like it didn't fall down for me. You know what I mean? Like I still was like really into it. I liked it.
Maybe I'll
check it out.
Weekend.
Yeah, it's a weird and I would really highly suggest for you guys that didn't see it and for our audience out there, dark room, silence, headphones, laptop, Project MKX. Like I really 100%. Like
I
if you
do
love,
really want to watch that. That
Yeah,
one looks good.
and an
Plus-
open mind. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know some people are a little bit close-minded with these things.
no,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's if you can allow the conspiracy to happen, like without saying, "Oh, that would never happen," or like just don't put, just watch, just enjoy it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
I love anything that has to do with MK Ultra
watch
though.
it.
It's fucking
Yeah.
terrifying.
Do you know why Seth, you're gonna like it? And the reason I know you're gonna like it is because you've seen The Haunting of Matthew Nichols.
Yeah.
And you like that.
I loved it.
So this tells story like that. Like it's a completely different story, but like the pace of the movie is like it gets you. Like it's like watching a true
cool.
crime thing. It's like watching.
Ooh.
How about this? It's like watching Strange Harvest, but it's a completely different movie.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you know how
Yeah.
they give you like these bits and pieces, and
Yeah.
then there's the cops, and then there's the family, and all these things, and like it's just very well done. I really, really think it should get attention.
Okay.
So I had all these other questions planned, but you know what? Fuck it, because the very last thing we were going to talk about was how to stay spooky when it's not Halloween. The sun's coming out, you know, sun's out, guns out, you know, type kind of weather. But you know, we just explained that. Like, this is what we do. We love horror movies, and we talk about horror movies, and we're constantly watching them. And like that's what I incorporate into my everyday life to keep the spooky vibe going when it's not just Halloween, because every day is Halloween. So we are absolutely excited to be back in the saddle. Regular episodes coming to you every Monday. I don't know when this one's going to drop because of our Last of Us thing, but Monday or Tuesday. But it was great to be back. It was great to just have open discourse conversation on the greatest horror podcast in the world, the Dark Screen Society. We have a Ko-fi that you can support. You could support us by downloading full episodes. You could support us by liking, sharing, and saving them. You could support us by commenting on Instagram and our social medias and sharing with a friend and leaving us, most importantly, 5-star reviews.
Ooh.
And listen, it was wonderful to be back. We're checking out until next week. So we love you. Keep supporting us. We're out of here for the day. Bye.
Bye.